Hello, what's going on, everybody? This is Crajo, the Ricky Trucker, here for you with another episode of I think people should really know about my experience as a rookie truck driver. And the topic that I kind of want to go over right now is the psychological and how you look at things and taking responsibility for being a truck driver, especially as a rookie. So, what I would like to get into is me personally, based upon my experience, the truck driving industry is 90% psychological. All right, it's all how you look at things. And with me being a flatbedder, I don't know how many times I've come across guys that have ran out their 11-hour clock, their 14-hour clock, and then still had to drive 3-4 miles an hour in a sleeper berth to go ahead and back into a dock and pick up 2 or 3 huge coils. They still have to put chains on. They still have to put plastic over, then straps, then tarping, then bungeeing, creep another 2-3 miles an hour, still in the sleeper berth, to go ahead and park in the parking lot for the night. Only get 4 hours of sleep maybe and get up and run hard in the morning. So now if you look at how long that takes and the hours you put into that and break it down to an hourly wage, then there's a really good chance you're going to bash the industry and you're not going to last. So my suggestion, what helps me, is look at it as even as a company driver, look at it as you're the business owner and you're the entrepreneur. Because if you do it that way, then you could be like, okay, then I just put in a 500 or 600 mile a day, whatever it is, I'm going to try and do that tomorrow. So you could look at it that way, or if your percentage pay, you could be like, oh, this load pays me $350, $400. Okay, I'm going to try the next one, and the next day is going to pay that. And you're going to forget about them 18 to 19 to 20 hour days that you're going to end up putting in. You're just going to look at the money and the business side of things, okay? And also, it really helps to look at it as on the entrepreneurship side, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for yourself and the safety of other people, okay? And you're the shot caller. Your driver manager and fleet manager, anybody could tell you, no, you have to run an extra 200 miles for the day. But if you're tired and you know that your eyes are heavy, you call them, you tell them, hey, I'm going to take a snooze for an hour and a half to 2 hours, or I'm done for the day. And if they want to give you a bunch of BS about it, well then, hey, you can argue with them, or you could just be like, okay, fine, hang up, and just don't even turn your ringer off and don't even pay attention to them, because that's a red flag. If they're going to tell you you have to drive an extra 150 to 200 miles after you tell them that you're tired and you want to snooze, take a nap for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is, so you can safely get down the road, that should be a pretty good red flag saying, hey, they're going to ask you to do even more shady stuff and break the law later on down the road that's putting your life and other people's lives in danger. So at the end of the day, you are the shot caller. Now, I'm not saying go out there and talk smack about them, be rude or anything like that. No. There's a respectful way of talking to someone and actually getting out what you have to say. And especially I have found in the trucking industry, when it comes to your dispatcher, I don't care if you make more than your dispatcher. At the end of the day, that person can have your job in a heartbeat. So I'm not sitting out saying go out there and kiss everybody's butt. I'm not saying that. Just be respectful on the words that you choose and how you talk to people, and you're going to get a lot further. So, yes, it's definitely, to me, 90% psychological, and I look at it as a company driver, as an entrepreneurship, because that's where I see the dollar signs, and that's what's going to help me run hard. You know, and another thing, too, is, I've noticed that a lot of rookie truck drivers, including myself, thought that I would be able to get out there and run 10 and a half, 11 hours, and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to park, go take a shower, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. In reality, your average person, as far as I'm concerned, isn't going to be able to do that. It's what you call psychological conditioning. And when it comes down to psychological conditioning, what's helped me is learn the kind of diet you want. You got to learn how to eat right. There's a lot of companies who are going to take their rookie truck drivers, throw them in trucks without refrigerators or anything like that. They're going to say, hey, you know what, we'll put an inverter for you, put an refrigerator in for you. But when you come back by the yard, the maintenance, guess what? They don't do it, because they want that load. They want that freight where it has to be. They don't care about you. All right? So make sure you're eating properly. All right? That's all part of psychological conditioning, and that's what's going to help you be able to drive out your 11-hour clock, 10-and-a-half-hour clock. And there's so many tutorials out there, and in theory, they're going to be like, yeah, there's a place to park at 10 hours. Yeah, go find a place to park. Okay, well, I'm here to tell you, start looking for a place to park at 8.5 hours, because the reality of it is there are truck stops, there are rest areas, and there are a lot of way stations to park at, which I don't suggest parking at a weigh scale, because why would you set yourself up for failure? For a full-blown DOT check, and just in case you do fail, I don't want to see anybody fail. All right, so parking is a big issue. All right, you have to be that shot caller. You have to act like it's your own business, because if you do not, and you do not pay attention to your safety and other people's safety around you, there's a very good chance that you're gonna not have a career, you're not gonna have a paycheck, or you could very well be in prison the rest of your life. So psychological conditioning is what is very important. And I can get more into that as far as what I did for my psychological conditioning. But that's just me. I'm not here to tell anybody how or what they should do as a rookie truck driver and how to drive or anything like that. But I am here to say that as far as I'm concerned, 90% of truck driving is psychological. And it's all how you look at things and train your brain to look at the industry, because it can spit you up and chew you out. And you're going to blame the industry when a lot of it is probably what you make of it and how you think of it. So please, if you have any comments about your experiences, to go ahead and share for rookie truck drivers, or if you're a rookie truck driver, please feel free to leave any comments about your experience, okay? Until then, everybody drive safe, and this is Corajo, and until the next episode, have a good one.